Mr. Chairman, I'm speaking a little bit to the choir here, but for the record, according to the 4th National Climate Assessment, which is a report from a congressionally mandated program, climate attribution studies have indicated that throughout the western United States, human-induced climate change is substantially reducing winter and spring snowpack, which is then increasing the likelihood of chronic drought. The report also indicates that under no change to water management practices, several important western U.S. snowpack reservoirs, including the Sierra Nevada and California, will effectively disappear by the end of the century. Dr. Weiner, as a contributor to the assessment, can you walk us through the impact of snowpack loss for California and other western states?
Yes, Senator, I can. In fact, that research was initially performed by Dr. Alan Rhodes at Berkeley Lab when he was a graduate student. And in that work, basically, if we continue on a business as usual or a no policy scenario of emissions, by the end of the century, the snowpack in the Sierra would be effectively gone, as it would also in the Wasatch Mountains, which is an important source of water for Utah and Salt Lake City. And so in California and throughout the West, we rely on the snowpack as a temporary reservoir and to supply water for both agricultural needs and for our urban requirements. And that infrastructure was built over the past century and was assuming that the snow would melt on a schedule that was, in the past. And that has changed. There are studies that show that the snow melt is begun earlier. And as that continues, it will overwhelm our ability to manage water, so we will run out, in the latter parts of the, before it starts snowing again, or raining again.
Right, which just compounds the effect of, this last winter was an anomaly, so when we have less precipitation, earlier, quicker runoff, that leads to very difficult scenarios later in the summer and early fall each and every year with growing populations and a growing economy. So just laying that out for my colleagues, we need to do different going forward, and we need both policy and investments, building on what we've done with the Inflation Reduction Act, building on what we've done with the bipartisan infrastructure law. Now, speaking of precipitation, I do want to also acknowledge the historic storm events that took place this last winter that illustrated our nation's vulnerability to heavy precipitation and flooding when we get what little rain that we do get too much too quickly. Atmospheric river rainstorms are responsible for nearly 85% of flooding on the West Coast, which threatened our vital infrastructure and vulnerable communities. In California specifically, we had 9 successive atmospheric rivers in January, which caused flooding, power outages, and mudslides, resulting in an estimated $4.6 billion worth of damages. I lay that out because it's important to get the data to better understand what we're grappling with here so we can inform how we adapt and how we respond. So I was actually glad to see in the President's supplemental request funding for NOAA's acquisition of 2 Hurricane Hunter aircraft replacements, which is something that both Senator Graham and I, both members of the committee, pushed hard on. These planes can help provide real-time data from inside atmospheric rivers to increase vital decision-making, which is important to protect life and property. Dr. Weiner, back to you. In your testimony, you mentioned that climate attribution research in heat waves and hurricanes is more advanced. Can you talk more about the need for research and development around atmospheric river events?
Well, indeed, the literature on hurricanes is long and detailed, although we don't know everything, obviously, about hurricanes. Atmospheric rivers weren't even named such until about 20 years ago. And so it's a much younger field of research, and there's much more to be done. And in fact, what you mentioned about sending airplanes out into these storms has only just begun, but that's really critical to get that kind of data so we understand why some of these disturbing findings that we've found about atmospheric rivers, particularly the ones that are associated with the so-called bomb cyclones, have such a sensitive response, a large response in their precipitation mounts from climate change.
So, thank you. And I know my time is up. I'll just end with this. Having been briefed post these atmospheric river events earlier this year, a lot of the impact on the ground to communities, particularly vulnerable communities, were a result of the atmospheric river storms not behaving as they were initially predicted. Again, because of the lack of research historically when it comes to atmospheric rivers. So the quicker and better we can understand how they're more likely to behave, whether they just stay stationary over a certain geographic area or move further north, south, east, west, depending on greater climate factors, the more we can prepare to protect life and property on the ground. So appreciate all your research and testimony here today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.